These are the X-Raypad Jade series skates, the second fastest skate available in X-Raypad's skate lineup. The Jades are designed with a speed-optimized performance profile in mind, and they provide a smooth, quick, and consistent glide on fabric pads and plastic mouse pads. These skates, along with the Obsidian skates, are the core of X-Raypad's skate lineups, and for several years now the Jade skates have been the choice for gamers who want a consistent speed-optimized skate. They also come in multiple shapes and sizes, making them very universal in terms of their mouse and mousepad compatibility. And since the Jade skates have stood the test of time, so to speak, they've become very popular, so much so that along with the Obsidians, they're one of the stock skate options for the Optimum Tech Zero mouse. So in today's video, we're going to break down all the unique traits of the X-Raypad Jade series skates, and talk about their performance profile, their compatibility with mice and mouse pads, and much more. But before we get started, if you enjoy the breakdown video and want to see more videos like this, be sure to leave a like on this video and get subscribed to the official X-Raypad YouTube channel. We plan on doing more product breakdowns like this for all current and future X-Raypad products, so be sure to get subscribed so you don't miss any future X-Raypad content. First off, let's talk pricing and unboxing. All versions of the Jade skates, regardless of their shape or size, retail for $9.99 USD. The dot skate versions will include 40 dot skates, all of which are the same size. The donut versions will include 32 skates, all of which are the same size as well. And the full-size skate replacement versions, regardless of the type you get, will include 2 sets of full-size skates. And as usual for all X-Raypad skates, all versions will include 2 alcohol wipes and 2 adhesive removal wipes. If you happen to get one of the newer batches of the Jade skates with their updated packaging, they will also include a small plastic removal tool, but the older versions with their older packaging will not include this tool. Now, to install the Jade skates, just like all other types of 100% PTFE skates, they are single use. So you do need to be quite cautious when you install them, as if they're installed incorrectly, you cannot reapply them. Because of this, we recommend referencing the official X-Raypad skate installation guide prior to installing the Jade skate specifically, as the guide will show how to properly remove your old skates and clean any adhesive or debris left behind by them, as well as how to properly install and position the donut, dots, and full-size versions of the Jade skates. So if you're unsure of how to properly install your Jade skates, please refer to our official installation guide, which will be linked down in the video description and up on the screen here. In terms of dimensions and shaping for the various types of the Jade skates, the full-size versions will be the same size as your mouse's current skates, so there won't be any significant changes in terms of dimensions compared to your mouse's pre-installed stock skates. Their shaping, however, will be slightly different, as the full-size Jade skates are designed to be completely flat with a rounded edge. This ensures that the Jade skates feel smooth when gliding across your mousepad, and prevents that scratchy feeling you can experience on many mice's stock skates with non-rounded edges. The donut versions of the Jade skates have the same dimensions as all the other X-Raypad donut skates, measuring 9.5 by 0.8 millimeters with a 4.3 by 0.6 millimeter central dot. This skate has a wider, taller outer ring skate with a rounded inner and outer edge, and a smaller, shorter central dot skate with a sharp 90-degree edge to it that is removable. These skates are semi-universal, as they're compatible with mice with larger skate cutouts, but some mice with thinner skate cutouts can't accommodate the 9.5 millimeter diameter of the Jade donuts. So if you're considering the Jade donuts, or any other type of the X-Raypad donut skates for that matter, be sure to measure your mouse's skate cutouts and make sure they're at least 9.5 millimeters or wider to ensure compatibility. And lastly, we have the dot version of the Jade skates, which, just like the donut skates, are the same shape as the other X-Raypad dot skates, with the exception of the meteorite skates, of course, measuring 6.5 millimeters by 0.8 millimeters. The skate shaping is cylindrical with a slightly rounded top, and these skates are the most universal type of the Jade skates, being usable in almost every single mouse on the market, as their 6.5 millimeter diameter fits inside almost all mice's skate channels, including the ones that were too thin for donut skates. Now, before I move on, I want to quickly talk about the Jade donut central dot. While you can remove the dot from the donut skate, since it's shorter than the outer skate and has a non-rounded edge, we don't recommend using them as microdots or stabilizers due to their sharp non-rounded edge, as the mini dots will feel very scratchy when used on fabric pads. Generally speaking, we recommend leaving the central dot skate installed, but you can remove it if you want. The only downside to this is that the center of the donut skate might collect dust and debris over time, but leaving the central skate installed or removing it won't affect the performance of the donut skates either way, so keeping it installed or removing it is entirely up to personal preference. Next, let's talk skate material. The Jade skates are made out of 100% high purity PTFE. This material naturally has a very low friction coefficient, and even though they have various shapes, every type of the Jade skates will deliver a smooth, speedy glide with a low degree of both initial and braking frictions, as well as dynamic friction. It's also worth noting that the Jade skates material, as expected, is softer, which does impact their hard pad compatibility, but it does give the Jade skates a lower degree of audio feedback than hardened PTFE or UHW-MPE material skates, specifically when they're used on hard pads. Next up, let's talk pad compatibility. All versions of the Jade skates are designed to be used on traditional fabric-based pads and plastic pads, but due to their softer material as I just mentioned, they aren't very well suited for hard pads such as glass pads. Now you can use them, but their softer material causes them to wear at a much faster rate, resulting in a much shorter overall lifespan. On plastic and fabric mouse pads, the material won't wear nearly as fast, so the skates will have a significantly longer lifespan. But while the Jade skates' best use case is fabric pads, some of their shapes do have some compatibility issues. For most versions of the full-size Jade skates, they'll be compatible with extra soft, soft, medium, and hard firmness mouse pads. But some of the smaller surface area full-size skates, such as the stock skates for Opponent Stormbreaker for example, might have too small of a surface area to be compatible with soft and extra soft pads, so keep that in mind if you have a mouse with smaller surface area skates, as they might not be compatible with some fabric pad types. For the donut versions of the Jade skates, they're compatible with extra soft, soft, medium, and hard firmness pads, as their shaping and larger surface area prevents them from bottoming out on the mouse pad when pressure is applied to them. And for the dot versions of the Jade skates, due to their smaller surface area, they are not compatible with extra soft and soft firmness mouse pads, as their lower surface area causes them to bottom out when pressure is applied to them, so they're best suited for medium and hard firmness pads. Now in terms of performance profile, as I mentioned earlier, the Jade skates are designed with speed in mind, and they deliver a smooth, quick, and consistent glide on most fabric and plastic mouse pads. But it's worth noting that the overall surface area of the Jade skates does slightly affect their usage. Full-size Jade skates like the ones for the Zowie U2 for example, will be the slowest, but smaller surface area sets will be faster, performing similarly to the donut skates depending on their surface area. Dot skates will be the fastest versions available, and the donuts, generally speaking, will be a middle ground between the full-size and dot skate versions in terms of performance. But regardless of their shape, all versions of the Jade skates will still be faster than every other skate type at X-Raypad skate lineup. The only exception to this is the Meteorite skates. The pad type used the Jade skates on will also of course slightly affect their performance profile as well, but across the board, the Jade skates, regardless of their shape, will have a very speed-focused performance profile with a low degree of initial dynamic and braking frictions. Because of this, the Jade skates are best suited for dynamic and tracking aiming, as the low friction coefficient of the skate's material makes tracking close-range targets or fast-moving targets very easy. The Jade skates are also very good for reactive tracking due to their low degree of initial frictions, so you can track targets that are AD, strafing, or erratically moving very easily. You can also use the Jade skates for static and flicking aiming, as their low initial and dynamic friction does make their travel to a target quick and snappy, but actually stopping your mouse on the target can be difficult due to the low degree of braking friction. It's also worth noting that on the dot versions of the Jade skates, you can push them into your mousepad to increase their friction coefficient slightly, which will make them more consistent for static and flicking aiming. You can also do the same with the Jade donuts, but due to their larger surface area, you can't press them in as much, but their larger surface area does naturally make them more controlled, so they balance themselves out in terms of performance. But while the Jade skates are a very well-rounded speed optimized skate, they do have one big downside to them, as unlike all of X-Raypad's other skates, the Jade skates are single use. This is due to the 100% PTFE material not anchoring itself to the 3M adhesive as well as other materials do, such as the materials X-Raypad uses on the Obsidian and the Obsidian Pro series skates. So if you try and reuse the Jade skates, most of the time the skate will peel away from its adhesive layer. Sometimes you can get lucky with the dots or donut skates, but most of the time the skate will pull away from its adhesive layer, so keep this in mind as the Jade skates are a single-use skate. You cannot adjust their position or move them from mouse to mouse. Alright, and with that, that is everything you need to know about the X-Raypad Jade series skates. If you're looking for a mouse skate that provides a speed-focused performance profile with a smooth, consistent, speedy glide and low friction coefficients that are ideal for tracking and dynamic aiming, the Jade series skates are a perfect pickup. Just remember that these skates are designed for fabric pads and plastic mouse pads only, and while you can use them on hard pads such as glass, their 100% PTFE material will wear extremely quickly, so they'll have a very short lifespan. Also keep in mind that the various sizes and shapes of the Jade skates will also have some limitations in terms of mousepad compatibility, so make sure you get the right type for your setup. And most importantly, remember that all versions of the Jade skates are single use, so you can't move them from mouse to mouse or adjust their positioning, and you also need to be quite careful when installing them. As I mentioned earlier, please refer to the official X-Raypad skate installation guide if you want to learn how to properly install the Jade skates on your mouse. But if you'd like to learn more about the X-Raypad Jade series skates or pick up a set for yourself, you can check out the full list of pre-cut sets available as well as the dots and donut versions of the Jade skates via their links down in the description. And And if you happen to have any specific questions about the Jade skates we didn't cover in this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. We'll do our best to answer any questions you may have. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching and thank you for choosing X-Raypad. Cheers.